What's up, y'all? Today, finally got my hands on some Pizza Hut Detroit style pizza. I've been seeing this on YouTube, just popping up in my feeds for the past few years, and every time I see it, I'm like, damn, why can't we get something cool like that over here? I love Detroit style pizza. It's one of my favorite styles of pizza, and we finally got it here in Korea. Usually, they don't have the cool new creations over here, they just have the weird stuff. And then sometimes the cool stuff will come years later, but either way, first time trying this, and I'm excited. This must just have came out on the menu mere days ago because I've never seen it, and I'm constantly checking my apps for any ideas I can possibly get, revolving around pizza, of course. This cost me $26. Comes with some pickles and hot sauce. Don't need these. And look at this box. I mean, this might be an old news for a lot of you guys, but for me, I've never seen this up close and personal. I'm already getting some smells off of it. I don't know how well received it was. I never clicked or really watched any of the reviews because I got too jelly every time it would pop up. So but I know it's around, or it has been. And yeah, look at that box. I love the box. Hopefully the contents will be just as good. And look at that old school font on there. And the font up here on the Detroit and the style pizza. I like that as well. Let's take a look, shall we? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There we go. There we go. They just have one size option, so whatever this size is, it's pretty large. I've had Detroit style pizza. To be honest with you, I've never had real Detroit style pizza in Detroit, although I have been there once as a kid. Wouldn't recommend it. The city, that is. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. It was cool, actually. You got to go to the Henry Ford Museum, but back then I was too much of a noob to know anything about Detroit style pizza, unfortunately, so didn't get to try it. But there are a couple dedicated Detroit style pizza places in Seoul, and I have had those places multiple times, many times, and it always just hits the spot to me. I love it. It really reminds me of a pizza that I used to love as a kid in Sicilian style, but very similar. As you can see, if you've never seen a Detroit style pizza before, then I don't know what to tell you, but here we go. You got these crispy edges right here. You see that? Where the cheese kind of crisps up on there. So the crust bites, like the corner ones, are my favorite pieces for sure. But it's kind of a thick crust. It's got cheese on top of the crust, and then on top of the cheese, you have the sauce and the topping. So with this one, they went with pepperoni and then sauce, which I'm not sure exactly how traditional that is, but I think it looks pretty traditional to me. It always should be in a rectangular form, as that's how it first started being made in Detroit, probably damn near, I don't know, a long time ago. At least like mid-century of last century. So, yeah, I got the double pepperoni, and supposedly there are like, I don't know, I think they said there's like 50 pepperonis on this, so that's quite a bit. But not sure if I'm going to eat this whole thing. I was going to do a much smaller video because I have... Anyway, let's get into it. No cheese pull. Let me try this one. There we go. This is the one. Here is a look at the bottom of the crust. And here is a look at the side. So it is quite thick, as you can see. But then you got the melty cheese along with the crispy cheese around the edges, and the toppings, of course, on top. All right, all right. I like that. I like that a lot. I grew up on Pizza Hut, and I grew up on their pan pizza, and this is what it's kind of reminded me of. It's not reminded me so much of the Detroit style pizzas that I've personally consumed. The ones that I've had, I don't want to say they're better or worse or better quality, but they probably are. Well, at least they have a little bit more TLC put into them, but I can't complain about this pizza at all. If I'm being real nitpicky, I need another slice. Ooh. One thing to nitpick right off the bat, the bottom of the crust is soft. It looks like it could be a little bit crispy, but it's not. I'm not looking for a crunch per se, but I'm looking for a little bit of crisp. Plethora of sauce that is getting all over the place back here. The edge bites are the best. Another nitpick, compared to other Detroit style pizzas I've had, the cheese crust right here only goes down about halfway. I've seen it go down farther than that, and this is almost like the best part. So I would like, that's a little bit lacking on this burnt cheese part. Again, a little bit of a nitpick, but it is good when you get to that point. I just want a little bit more of it. Let me keep digging in here. So this does have a very Pizza Hut pan pizza, or just a Pizza Hut vibe to it. And if you don't like their sauce, or you don't like their cheese, or don't like their crust or whatever, it's not like you're gonna like this pizza. Just because it's shaped differently and cooked a little bit differently. I kind of think what they're doing here, I could be dead wrong, is that they're doing like a, I don't know if they're changing their dough recipe at all or changing anything. They're just changing the shape of the pan and cooking a pan pizza. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting with it. And adding this extra cheese crust. And also, obviously, layering the toppings differently. Instead of putting the sauce and then cheese, you have the sauce right on top. But I bet you, if you gave this to me blindfolded, sometimes I do have a hard time figuring that stuff out when I can't see. Blind taste test, you know, that Coke and Pepsi one I did, got that dead wrong. But I'm really thinking that if you gave this to me blindfolded, or laid out like 5 different varietals of Detroit style pizza, I'll be able to guess, oh, that one's Pizza Hut right off the bat. So there's a really famous, Detroit style pizza place in Seoul. It's a it's a small chain. They're branching out a little bit. It's called Motor City. Obviously no affiliation, but I used to order their food a lot. I've been there a couple times as well. And I want to say that it would be slightly cheaper than this, but also quite a bit smaller than this as well. So what I'll say is, like, if you give me an option, if I'm chilling at home, I'm probably going to go for the budget buy. I'm ordering this. More food, more bang for the buck, or just because sometimes the smaller ones at the Motor City pizza place, they just don't fill me up, especially if I'm splitting it. That's not enough. I think with this pizza, you could definitely, maybe, possibly split it. Depends who you're splitting it with. I'll tell you one thing, pan pizzas here at Pizza Hut in Korea just completely fell off. They used to be my go-to pizza. Now, like on my app, which is, I believe it's like the #1 app for delivery, maybe not these days, but it's like definitely up there. They don't, I don't know, they just don't have very many options for pan pizza. And then when you can get your hands on it, it's just, the quality has gone down drastically. It's always undercooked. You're never getting that crust. And I'm getting that with this as well. But at least this one doesn't seem as greasy, which I like. The pan pizzas here can sometimes just be a soft, greasy grease ball. It does seem like they did mix something up a little bit. I'm not sure where it's coming from, if they mix it with the sauce or what. But I sense more of an oregano bite. And just to give you a little bit more of a thorough examination of this cross section, the inside, this bready part is very bready and it's very soft and fluffy. So you might either like that or dislike that. I mean, it's almost like a pillow. It's almost like the texture of, you know, just like a soft, dare I say, white bread type of thing. Not really, but you know what I mean. It's not like a focaccia that has nice, what do you call it? That, I don't know, sturdy lattice, if you will. This is just kind of very uniform and soft. I guess I should save this for last, since it will be my favorite piece. I gotta say though, your mileage may vary. This could be different than the kind you get wherever you are. I'll tell you what, Pizza Hut, low-key is different. Like pan pizza here is different. I had pan pizza not too recently, but like probably 3 years ago in Singapore once. And that was different. I got like pepperoni, that was different. And it's different than the one I've had in America. So to take that with a grain of salt, anything I say in this video. But one thing I will say is if you do get a crust like this, where it looks like you can definitely feel a little bit of oil slick, but it's not crispy, popping this on a fry pan for just like a minute or whatever, minute two, will really drastically improve the overall pizza eating experience. I usually do that when I get any pizza with a little bit of a weak underbelly. By the way, they had 3 different kinds. I think this was the cheapest one. I think they also had like sorry, I don't really remember. I think one had a couple more different meats, like bacon and sausage, and one had maybe a combination or something. I don't know, but I just went with the classic. Another little hack, another little trick that I do with pizza like this. I have the sense, maybe not with this particular pizza, but I'm guessing that if you saved some, popped it in the fridge, and ate it cold, this pizza would really hold up being eaten cold. Some pizzas don't hold up as well. I don't know, it depends on the pizza, but this thicker stuff usually holds up nice. I've always been a fan of the pepperonis that they use here at Pizza Hut. I don't know, man. I'm having a hard time thinking of like a grade to give this pizza. Since I do have limited eating experience with Detroit pizza, and I've never had it at the source. So here's the thing. I might be dead wrong on this, but I assume that they're just using the same ingredients that they would for any other pizza. Probably the pan pizza ingredients, just putting it in a differently shaped pan and then layering the toppings differently. I would have liked to see completely like a different blend of cheeses, a different blend of sauce, and maybe even a different blend for the dough. And maybe if it is all different and unique to this pizza, then I'm an idiot. But like I said, it just has that Pizza Hut flavor, which when I'm eating it, I know it's Detroit style, but to me, it almost just eats like a pan pizza. So then like you might as well just go for the pan. See, I'd be more interested to see like a Papa John's, for example, come out with something like this, because most of their pizzas have that, you know, signature crust. So they would have to reinvent their crust. Pizza Hut already has a crust, or a dough, sorry, that fits the pan mold. So it's gonna be hard to give an exact number. That crispy cheese is the only thing that makes this really stand out. Like, oh damn, that I've never, well, you don't usually taste that flavor from Pizza Hut. Sometimes you get it on a pan pizza, perhaps, but not in Korea. They never do that with their pan pizzas. They never let any cheese get crispy on the outside. I was hoping for a little bit more, to be honest. I was way too nitpicky with this video. I know, I actually really like this pizza. And I will be getting it again, but I feel like I have to give it a fair review. And I think a fair review would be somewhere around a 7, like a low C. What is C? C is average, right? Is that, you know what? It's just hard because I don't want to give a score that will be online forever and I can't change it. So I am going to revise that score. I'm sitting on this. I devoured that whole pizza and I'm not like super full or anything, so whenever I do that, it means that I really enjoyed it. I think I was just being a little bit too nitpicky. I'm gonna give this an 8 on my personal grading scale, and that's a low B, so better than average for pizza that you can get around here, at least. Anyway, I probably rambled way too much in this video, so that's about it for this video. I gotta skate out of here real quick. Would I recommend this? That's the ultimate question. Well, if you have to ask, you'll never know. Just watch my reactions and pick up on the vibes, and you'll find the answers. So I'm skating. Thanks for watching. Peace.